Okay, so last month I did a boot camp with my sponsor, and she like challenged us to get out of our comfort zone and ask a leader that we are really inspired by to get on our team call. And usually we have a guest speaker every month. So I was like, let me go after Tiffany. Like, let me shoot my shot and see if she says yes. So she said yes. So I'm totally excited about this. So Tiffany, let's get right into it. Tell us a little bit about yourself, like your story, how you found out about it works.
Okay, awesome. First of all, I just want to say thank you so much for having me on here tonight. I'm really excited. You guys all look beautiful. So I actually am Tiffany Herr. I got started with It Works 3.5 years ago. So I actually was working at a mortgage company Monday through Friday, about 40 to 50 hours a week. And then I ended up actually having to pick up serving on the weekends, and I put that in quotations because weekends turned into weekdays because, you know, things started breaking in the house or you know, random expenses would come up. So I was working Monday through Friday, and then I was literally going straight from my corporate job on Fridays straight to serving until about midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. It was draining, to say the least. And so I mean, I remember crying in the bathroom. My son, at the time, like right when I found It Works, my son was about 7 months. And so, I mean, I was drained. I had no time with my son. I didn't see him at all on Fridays. So I would get up in the morning at 6. We would take him into his preschool by 7 a.m. And then I had to be dropped off by my fiance to Texas Roadhouse, and I had to change my clothes in the car and then just go literally, like when I got there, I had to start serving. So I missed my son all day on Fridays, didn't see him. And of course, when I got home, he was already in bed. And so I was tired. I literally was so tired. And my fiance one day looked at me and he's like, well, have you ever thought about like just doing something from home, like network marketing? And I was like, well, I mean, I'm not opposed to it, right? Like I thought, okay, I guess. And you know, I've seen my mom dabble in things. Like she did Mary Kay before. She also did like Arbonne purse parties. You know, she always, you know, my mom always did things on the side so we had extra money. You know, like my parents, I wouldn't say my parents necessarily, they struggled sometimes, but for the most part, you know, my mom's always trying to find something to bring in extra cash, so we had that extra fun money for vacations and you know whatever we needed to do. Whenever I was asking for $20 every weekend, every Friday, Saturday, Sunday to go to the movies or wherever we were going when I was younger. Yeah, and so I actually found the wrap on Facebook, and I was so intrigued. Like I'm talking, when I saw the wrap, I was like, so you're telling me if I put a wrap on my body, I'm going to be able to tighten total for over 45 minutes. Sign me up for that. So I'm thinking all me at this point. I'm like, I'm going to use all the wraps. I'm about to be a size 0. I was loving it. And I remember I was just getting it. I was like, all right, everybody, this is it. Like, I'm about to be killing it. So dollar signs, guys, I'm so red. Okay. Dollar signs are popping up, and I'm like, all my friends, listen, this is my thought. All my friends care about is their looks. They're going to eat this up. So I'm like looking at it like, all right, this is going to be legit. So I was like, if they work, like this is going to be awesome. So I remember I actually had no money. I didn't even have $99 to sign up. Like that's how much, even me working Monday through Sunday, literally 7 days a week, that we didn't even have like the extra cash for me to even spend $100. So it was around tax season. Isn't that weird how that works? Somehow God knew and placed that right in my face. I had never seen her post before. Her and I were friends for I guess a couple years, she said. Like she saw my posts all the time. I never saw her post. And a week before I got my tax check was when I saw the wrap. So I had to wait a whole week before I signed up. I started doing like research, and I was like, how to be successful in network marketing. Like I wasn't even really thinking like how to be successful with It Works. I was like, I just need to know what I need to do to be successful, because if I'm going to spend $100 that I don't have, like I better come in this hot. So I remember I joined on a Wednesday morning. It was 9 a.m. and I took off. I mean, within my first week of being in the business, I signed I think 17 loyal customers, over 17 loyal customers. I went Ruby within 2 weeks of being in my business.
Wow.
30 days into the business, I went diamond, and I got the $10,000 bonus. 60 days into my business, I went double diamond, and I got the $15,000 bonus. 90 days into the business, I hit triple diamond, and I got the $25,000 bonus. And at this point, I'm like, wait a minute, I joined for $500 and here I am with $50,000 in bonuses, averaging $10,000 a month. And I just want to tell you guys something. My checks were above average, well above average. Like, our team was killing it. We were hot. We were telling everybody about it. We were ignorance on fire. We had no idea what we were doing. I had never even tried a wrap. Just so you guys know, it took me a month before I tried my first wrap. So if you join this business and you're like, well, I haven't even tried a product yet, or I don't even know if I like it, it's like, don't sign up for something if you're not going to be ready to just go ham once you sign up. So I was able to quit my part-time job, which is why I joined within my first month. And I still was like, I'm never going to quit my corporate job. I'm only going to do this on the side. You guys, my corporate job paychecks were like $740 every 2 weeks. But I was averaging over $10,000 a month with this. But I was so set, I would never quit my corporate job, okay? So 8 months into the business, a few of my friends looked at me and they were like, you're losing your mind. You need to quit and go full time. And I was like, all right, you know what? I looked at my fiance, and I'm not going to recommend doing it this way. We did. I looked at my fiance. I was like, do you want to go to work tomorrow? He said, no. I said, no, we quit our job. So he quit his job. I quit our job. Best decision I've ever made. He's a triple diamond in the company. And then, 1 year into my business, I actually hit presidential diamonds, and I got the $100,000 double good bonus. And then 2 years into my business, I hit ambassador diamonds and got the $150,000 bonus. So I've literally got every single bonus going up. If there was a Ruby bonus, I would have got that too, just saying. I always tell people, if there would have been a Ruby bonus, I was going to be on that bonus. So anyway, I joined the business, and I only wanted an extra $500 a month. I did not think that we would be where we are today. We've paid off over $30,000 in debt. I was able to purchase our dream home just this past year. Just a couple of months ago, actually. I really cannot believe it. Every day I'm thankful, and I feel so blessed. I've met my absolute best friends because of this business. And I will say the best part about this business is the fact that I am a completely different person. I used to be a very black and white person. It was my way or the highway. My opinion is the only one that matters. I'm just being honest and open with you guys. And this business has taught me that there are other opinions. There are other thoughts, and we respect those because they're not like us, and that's cool. And I love that. And I love meeting everybody and getting to know you guys and hearing your stories. And I'm telling you what, I'm inspired every day. I'm like, when people come to me and talk to me and send me messages, I'm like, all right, this is awesome. Like, it gets me re-fired up because they're, and so this business has been a huge blessing on more levels than just being, excited for the money. Like, the money is great, and I'm thankful for it every day. That's why I joined. But I didn't realize what it would bring besides that. And I also have a closer relationship to the Lord. And I thank the Lord every day. I try not to cry when I talk about. I literally cry every day when I think about how thankful I am for him, because he placed this business in front of me. I took the business, and I'm making him proud by doing exactly what I know what to do, which is to share it every single day, because this business is a blessing. So on so many levels, I could just go on and on, but that's my story.
So, wow, in 90 days, you went double diamond. So what did that look like from day 1 to day 90? Like, were you doing wrap parties? Were you posting on social media?
Wrap parties. Yeah, all wrap parties, you guys. I mean, I did a lot of social media too. And actually, I overwhelmed people so bad with my social media that when I first started, I wish I still had these messages because they were hysterical. I probably, and I'm not exaggerating, posted belly pictures maybe 10 times a day. Like, I don't think I ever posted about the opportunity because I was going so ham with her. And people were texting me and they're like, hey girl, I think your face got hacked. There's like this belly wrap going all around your Facebook. I'm like, no girl, that's my business. I just signed up. You need it. You're going to love it. And they were like, all right, yeah, sign me up. They had no idea. I had no idea. We were just, like I said, ignorance on fire. They were loving it because I was excited, and I was excited because they were loving it. So it was just like a back and forth thing. But yeah, wrap parties was where it was at. I was asking people. The biggest thing, and I really wasn't even asking, I was telling people. I was texting my friends and saying, I just started my business, and I would appreciate if you could host a party for me. All you have to do is bring your friends over. I will do the rest. Mm-hmm. And I really wasn't even asking. I was telling them, you're going to host a party for me. because you're my friend and I just started and I'm always for you. So you're going to do something for me. You know, so that's where where you're like, thank you. I know that at one point I did this for you. You're going to now do this for me. So you're kind of telling people they're going to do things for you. And then, most of the time they say, okay, yeah. And if it's one person or if it's 20 people, it doesn't matter. One person can completely change your business. Mm-hmm. So wrap parties is where it's at, but also posting consistently. I don't think a day has went by that I haven't posted at least four or five times a day. I post a lot.
Okay. And so you're a busy lady. So when you first started, you were working 2 jobs. Now you have, 2 kids. You have cute Kenzie, then your son, your wife. You have an online boutique. Like, how do you manage it all? So what does your time management look like?
Time management doesn't exist, clearly, as you can see, because I don't even know how to manage my time. I'm just being honest. Like, I like to tell people this because it's just me being real with you. People can look like they have it all together. I don't. I just go with the flow. Each day is a new day, and I focus on what I need to do, how to get it done. But my biggest thing is the way I stay focused is by having my steps to success printed out. I'm just going to be honest. Because what that does for me, and I know this sounds so goofy, and some of you are probably thinking, oh, okay, no, for real. If I see that I can't fill out 7 people when I have 30 to 31 days, that's a problem. And I'll look at that and I'll go, okay, so I have 30 to 31 days to fill this out with 7 people, and I haven't filled a single one of those lines out, and it's 2 weeks into the month, that's a problem. So it almost holds me accountable, and I think, okay, if I can't fill this out, well, that's a problem. Like, I'm clearly not doing enough. We all get so busy in our minds, we forget that you actually have to ask people. You actually have to message people. Like, you cannot just get you can't just post and expect people to come to you. So my biggest thing with this is that, print out your steps to success, print out your November go plan. And I was telling my team today, I said, a lot of people were messaging me at the beginning of the month going, hey, can you do a one-on-one with me so we can get a game plan? I'm like, I can, but we can't do this every other week. Like the game plan is already in your eSuite. Print out your eSuite game plan, November game plan, and fill that out, and that will guide you so that you can be successful. And that's exactly what I do. So, the game plan is, yes, this is great. You guys can get on this Zoom. You can listen. You can take tips. But if you're not actually utilizing the tools that you're given, then it's not, your business isn't going to go anywhere. So you have to actually put into action what you're learning. You can have all this knowledge, but if you're not putting the knowledge into action, then you're not really going to go anywhere. So.
Amen to that. So have you ever experienced a time in your business? I know it took you like a year gap between triple and presidential, then presidential to ambassador, but have you ever had a time where you felt stuck or you were just like in a huge funk? Like, how do you get out of that? Like, what's your action items to get out of those? Like,
I definitely, I'm happy you just brought that up actually, because I would say within the past, and this is going to sound so crazy to everybody, but I actually would say my biggest funk has been in ambassador. Because when I got to ambassador, I was like, oh my gosh, what do I do now? Like, I didn't even know what to do. So I went into management mode and I started trying to help my team. So here I am hosting Zooms, doing 1,000 calls, meeting 1,000 people. And then I realized a few months went by and I'm like, have I signed anybody? And my team was affected by that because they don't see me doing anything. I'm giving them all these tools and these steps and I'm talking, but I'm not putting anything into action. So, I think for me, like the biggest thing with all of this is that the way you're going to inspire your team is by just showing them. It's not by telling them. So just leading by example. And like I said, when I have that success in front of me and I'm not filling it out, I'm like, how can I tell my team to fill this out when I can't even fill it out? So one thing I will say in a business like this is you have to be so self-aware. And when I say that, I mean, you have to know if you're personally not doing enough. Like, I will have people come to me and they're like, I'm doing it all. And I'm like, okay, tell me what you're doing daily. And they're like, well, I'm talking to my team, like I'm helping them. We're doing Zooms. I'm like, okay. And I'm helping them with their goals. And I'm like, okay, what are you doing for yourself? Like, are you signing team members? Are you getting the rap on people? Are you having rap parties? Like, what are you doing for yourself to get to the next step? And I tell people all the time, we're always looking for our next runner. Why can't you be your own runner? I never looked for a runner. I promise you that. I've never once looked for a runner. I knew I'm going to be my own runner. So you either come with me to the top or don't come, but I'm going to get there with or without you. Like, that's just my mentality. And I took them, and obviously there are so many of us now. I have multiple ambassadors under me, presidential diamonds, triples, and it's incredible to think about. But you get there if you want to get there, and you be your own runner. Stop looking for runners. Stop looking for people that want this, and just go out and do it for yourself. The people will fall in, and they will be inspired by your actions and the things that you're doing. That's what's going to inspire your team to start signing loyals and start signing distributors, is by what you're doing daily.
Love it. So since you mentioned that, like, how I know you have a huge team, you have multiple ambassadors, some really, really great leaders under you. What has been the most effective way for you as far as like really kind of developing leaders? Not everybody comes in with this huge like goal of being a leader, and then you get a team and then you're just like kind of thrown out there. But how do you as a leader kind of develop other leaders?
Yeah, I'm happy you asked that. I think that, whenever I welcome a new team member, I always tell them, I say, what's crazy when you join a business like this, there are people always watching you. So I kind of tell them, like, right at the beginning, I'll say, I know when you're watching me, you're thinking, oh, she's an awesome leader, but you're now a leader too. And they're like, well, I don't have anybody on my team. And I'm like, but you will. And so right now, people are watching you. They're waiting to join your team. So I kind of get their mind set up like, oh man, they're right. Like, if I don't post, if I don't, start contacting people, like I always say, be the leader that you want me to be for you, even when you don't have a team. Because when you're imagining yourself, having the vision of already being a leader, when it comes that time and you do welcome a new distributor, you're going to be ready to go. And so when I sign up a new distributor, I get them signed up. And when they welcome their first new distributor, I call them, obviously, and I'm hyping them up. I'm getting them excited. And then I'm saying, okay, so here's what I want you to do with your new distributor. And they're like, okay. And I'm like, I want you to send them, obviously, a detailed message. And then I want you to help walk them through their e-suite. So I'm basically guiding them on how they're going to help their new distributor get to those next steps. So when the second distributor comes, they're like, this is a piece of cake. She taught me how to do this. She gave me the next step. So I'm teaching and guiding them. I'm not just telling them what to do, but I'm showing them, okay, when you get this distributor signed up, here's what we're going to do first. And I make them do it. Like, I don't do it for them. I'm not going to welcome that new distributor. So they'll say, well, what do I need to do next? I say, you're going to get them added onto the team page. You're going to welcome them. And now I want you to call them and help them walk through their e-suite. Send them some training videos. And then obviously I'll send them some training videos that I like. And then I'll have them send them. So I'm basically guiding them on how to be a leader, how to get to that next step. And so as far as like teaching your new team members and then teaching them how to be a leader, I just share with them right from the get-go that, this business, it's not easy. The worst thing that you can do is have somebody join and tell them that it's super easy, and then they get in and it's not easy for them. This is a simple business. It's simple, but it's not easy. It does take work. It does take leadership. You're going to be really high sometimes. You're going to be really low sometimes. Sometimes you're going to be at zero. And that's when you got to fill your own cup. So then I also start encouraging self-development right from the beginning. So in the morning time, when I listen to my podcast or my YouTube channels or whatever, I will send my new leaders that exact thing. And I'll say, hey, send this to your downline. Here's what I'm doing for, personal development this morning. And so I just encourage you, when you're doing something, share it with your team. You never know who you're going to help or who needs it in that moment. But like I said, you're not doing it for them. You're telling them how to do it. And so when my new people call me, like my new girl actually just called me and she's like, hey girl, can you send me what's in? And I go, no. I said, you can actually log right into your eSuite. You can go to your document library, and right under that, you're going to find that product, and you can copy and paste what is in that right from there. And they're like, oh, I didn't even know that. Thanks so much. So don't just give people the answers, show them. And by doing that, you're setting them up for success. Don't hinder them by giving them every single answer just because you feel like you want to help them right away. Like guide them and show them how to get to that next level. So when they have new team members come, they're ready and they're set. Like they're ready to go. They know how to be a leader and how to be successful at doing it.
I love that. I think that's one thing that I know I struggle with, because I'll just give someone the answer like, here you go, instead of telling them like, hey, this is where you find it. So I love that idea. So life happens to everyone. You know, things are not perfect always. You know, we go through things, you know, in our personal lives that sometimes kind of can hinder our business. So you've gone through a pregnancy and you did not stop working your business. And, you know, pregnancy is tough. And I'm sure you've had other life obstacles happen. But how do you keep going during those like tough times with your personal life, or, you know, experiencing morning sickness or other pregnancy symptoms? How did you keep going and working your business?
Yeah, I'm happy you brought this up as well, because I think this is, like you said, a very important part. The only thing that I can say to you guys is that life is always going to happen to you. Always. There's always going to be an obstacle shot at you, whether it's every single month, whether it's every other month, whether it's every 6 months. There's always going to be something that you feel like is hindering you from success. The best thing that you can do when you feel like you're under attack or you feel like things aren't going your way is to just get up and determine that you're going to be happy and persevere past that. Like my biggest motivation when I was pregnant or when I've been through a hard time is remembering all the people like you guys who need me. So my team needs me, and I'm not going to let them down. And so there were days when I didn't want to get up and work my business. There were days when I didn't want to make videos. There were days when I didn't want to talk to anybody. But then I remembered there's a person on my team who needs me today. They need to hear my word. They need some motivation. They need some inspiration, whatever it is. And so my motivation is, I want everybody where I'm at. I want my entire team to be ambassador. Every single person on my team. I want every single person to wake up and feel the happiness and the joy that I feel and the freedom that I feel from money and just from so many things. I want them to be here. So my inspiration is, okay, if I don't get up and show them that even when I'm down, that I can't get to that next level, or I can't even try, like you're in that position and you have to do it, you guys. God is setting you up for something. And so when you're in a leadership position like that, like whether you have one person under you or you have an entire team under you, you're not, you know, and I say this loosely, I'm not finding the right words in my mind right now, but when you're not in a basic position anymore, okay? You're now in a leadership position. God has elevated you to the next level. And so God wants you to continue to stay in that level, and you're not down here anymore. You can't be. You don't get to do whatever you want. You don't get to not post. He has you here, so stay up here and show your team and motivate them by doing what you're supposed to be doing. I've been through so many things. You know, before I had my daughter Kenzie, I went through a miscarriage, and you know, I went into and the worst part was like I didn't even have my fiance with me, and because we thought everything was fine. I had a great pregnancy with my son, and I walked into the ultrasound, and she put the thing on my stomach, and she acted really weird, and she left, and she came back, and the doctor was like, there's not a heartbeat. I'm sorry. And I was like, for real? She was like, yeah. And I remember I was just like, okay. So I left, and I went home, and I cried for a whole day. And then I was so sad. And then I remember that next day that even though I was going through that, there was somebody else on my team that was going through the same thing, and that I needed to show them strength. So I got up that next day, I showered, I got ready, and I told my team, you guys, we are given an opportunity, and I'm not going to let you down, because like I said, life happens. You guys, we can allow things to kick us down. Like recently, I've been going through some things. And for 2 or 3 days, I was so down. And then, you know what? I woke up and I was like, snap out of it. Like, there are other people going through way worse things than you, and you're crying over something so little. Get out, step out, take a shower, get dressed, and get focused. Get ready to show your team exactly who you are and show that, look, I don't know. My biggest thing is like I keep saying, is life is going to happen. It doesn't matter who you are. There's somebody that's going through something worse than you. But you don't know that your situation right then can't help somebody in their moment. Not everyone is going to talk about it. But then you open up and you talk about what you're going through, and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm going through the same thing. And now you're coming together as one because you didn't know these people were going through this. You're inspiring them because they're like, oh my gosh, she's persevering. She's still staying strong. You guys, we are rhinos. We are not cows. Okay, we're not going to sit in a pasture and just chill. Like, we're rhinos. So what we do when we get up is we get dressed, and we fight for what we want. And we charge the day, we charge life, because we have one life to live. And you have got to get up, and you've got to say, you know what, I'm better than I was yesterday. And every day you have that choice. You make that decision. So if you're going through something right now, I don't know what it is. I don't know if you're having a miscarriage, you're having financial problems, you're going through a divorce, you're whatever it is that you're going through. I know it is hard, and I'm sorry that you're going through that. But you have a team and you have a business that needs you. And like I said, you don't even know. Maybe some of you haven't even talked about it yet. You haven't told your team. You haven't even opened up on your Facebook yet, or whatever it is. You have no idea what maybe opening up and sharing what you're going through might do for somebody else, who you might inspire, who might decide, now is my time, I'm going to join you. Because you know what? You are a person, you're human, but you're getting up and you're persevering and you're striving to be the best every day. That's all you have to do. You don't have to be perfect, but get up every day and get past your feelings, your scope. We get so into this like scope where we only see our problems. Sometimes you got to step back and look at the bigger picture and realize that, you know what, everything's going to be okay. Mm-hmm. Maybe not now, might take a month, 2, 3, might take a whole year before everything's okay, but everything will be okay. And you are going to get past that, and you are going to persevere, and you're going to prove everybody wrong, and you're going to come out stronger than ever. So get up, like I said, take a shower, get ready, and just start realizing that people around you are watching you and they need you, and you're going to be the person that helps guide somebody out of that situation. God only puts things in our obstacles when something bigger is out there, something bigger is coming towards us. He only does that because he knows you're strong, and he's putting something in front of you because he wants to see you get to that next level. Mm-hmm. So don't just sit down and cower. Get up and fight. I'm getting hyped right now. Seriously.
Love it. And one thing that I do love is your transparency. I actually remember the post when you like had your miscarriage, and you were so transparent and shared it with everyone. So one of the things that I know a lot of people struggle with is not necessarily telling all of your business to the world, but showing your struggles. Like if you struggled, you're on food stamps, or if you struggle paying your student loans, or struggle just to pay your kids daycare, whatever it is, like what has helped you just be able to be transparent like that? I know one of the things that you do is tell your story over and over again, like, hey, I'm happy I'm not starving. I'm here with my kids. You know, did you ever struggle with that fear of what other people were thinking? You know, people would be judgy if you posted such and such, or how did you get over those fears if you ever had them?
You know, I was never fearful of sharing what I had or sharing my story, because my biggest fear was staying where I was at. So I always say there's two people in this business. There are people that are fearful of where they're going because they're scared of success and they might not get there. And then there are the people that are fearful of where they are. Which one's going to drive you? Like, which person are you? If you're in a position right now that you don't want to be in, that should be enough motivation to wake you up and to fight for a company like this where you know that you can get to the top. Like, that should be motivation enough. So for me, I wasn't scared to share what I had because I was more scared of working for 2 jobs 7 days a week for the next 50 years. Like, I don't know how old how old all of you are in here. I'm 27 years old, and I'm serious. Like I think long-term all the time. And I will say, I think that's one reason why I've been successful in this business, because I don't scope into, oh my gosh, today I'm not signing a loyal customer. Today I haven't signed a distributor. Oh my gosh, this month I haven't signed a loyal customer. This month I haven't signed a distributor. I'm always focused on how cool is it going to be in 10 years when I'm making $1 million every single year with this business. That's my mentality. Like, I didn't have the money. I will never make what I make right now with any other corporate business ever, because I don't have a college degree. So for me, when I saw an opportunity where I can make $36,000 a month, I was like, sign me up for that. Like, and my mentality was, I don't care if it takes me 10 years to get there. I will work for 10 years so I can get there. But do you want to be in the position you're at right now for the next 40 to 50 years? I know I didn't. So that was my motivation. I wasn't scared to share, because I was like, if I'm scared to share, then I'm not going to get where I need to go. So I have to share. And I knew, like I said, that there were people out there living paycheck to paycheck that didn't want to share. And let me tell you something. My friends and a lot of people that were acquaintances at first thought I was lying. Because before you're in a business like this, why would I ever tell people that I was struggling? Of course I lied. I had all the things that I wanted, but I was literally broke. So when I finally admitted that I was broke and we were living paycheck to paycheck and constantly putting our accounts in the negative and doing all these things, borrowing money from my parents, literally $20 here, $20 there, they were like, what? You were struggling? I'm like, yeah, of course I was. Why do you think I said no? I couldn't go out this night. Why do you think I couldn't go to dinner this night? Wasn't because I couldn't go. Of course I made that story up. It was because I literally didn't have the money. So you don't know, like I said, what someone is going through. You may think you're the only person going through it, but there is somebody out there just like you who needs to hear your story, who needs this business, and shame on you for not sharing it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, love it, love it. So tell us about you being a product of the product. So you have awesome before and after pictures, especially after your last baby. So how has that affected your business? Like you actually using the products and I understand once you started, you did not use the wrap to begin with, but gradually you've had these products, you've gotten your before and after pictures. Like how has that impacted your business?
Huge. Like after I had my daughter, Kenzie, I was determined, like so determined to lose as much weight as possible, as fast as possible without working out.
The lazy way.
I'm just being honest. I need to work out. I need to get that off my chest. I thought about that today. I was like, you know what? If I use the products and start working out, my results would be even better. But I thought, if I'm going to use these products and they're going to work for me, I'm going to see if I can lose all this weight without using, without working out. And just so you guys know, I used the products consistently for 3 months and I went from 195 pounds when I delivered down to 136 pounds within 3 months.
Jeez.
So,
what were you taking?
A lot of weight. It's Vital Core, a shake in the morning to replace my meal. And I'm going to be honest, and some of you guys are going to think, oh, that sucks. But I did. Sometimes I did 2 shakes. Like I do 1 in the morning and 1 at night to replace my meals. I did. It's Vital Core. I did probiotic, 2 probiotic, not just 1. I take like 4 to 6 fat fibers a day. Not kidding. At a time.
What?
Oh yeah. You kidding me? I take like 4 to 6 fat fibers every time. What?
Doesn't it like clog you up when you take too many fat fibers?
Not when you take 2 to 3 probiotic every day. It goes right through.
Well, that's
my friends would be like, you're serious. Like I would literally take like 6 to 8 fat fibers.
One of my customers was like, I'm just so constipated, but it was because she was taking too many fat fibers.
Lots of water. Lots of water, lots of probiotic. You guys are cracking me up over here. Everyone's like, all right, I'm out here. You guys are all gonna be messing me like, girl, I'm gonna take 6 to 8 fat fibers and I'm so constipated.
About to double up.
All right. You need to up your water intake. Like we're good. We're gonna get this. So probiotic, lots of fat fighters. maybe 1 to 2 shakes a day. The one thing I will say, I didn't really change my diet except for at night. I just encourage you, if you're looking to lose weight, just cut the carbs at night. That's it. Like, just don't do white bread at night. Like, that's it. Okay. So it's the only thing I changed. Otherwise, that was really wrapped all the time. Cleanse. I wrapped at least once a week, guys, and then I cleansed probably two times a month. So every 2 weeks I'd cleanse. What else did I do? I always forget. I think that's it. But yeah, changed the game. Signed like so many loyal customers after that. People were
I got customers from your before and after pictures. So we think
saying, it's all about the fat fighters.
That is so funny. I can't believe you take that many fat fighters. That's crazy. So we don't want to take up too much of your time. Oh, go ahead. What were you about to say?
Well, Joel Dunn takes like 20 fat fighters a day.
No way.
Yep.
Is it just so that you can eat like really unhealthy? Like, what's the purpose of you taking it so much?
It just blocks the carbs and fats. Carbs and fats. Like, sign me out of carbs and fats. So every meal I was just popping them, whether I had carbs or fats or not. I was just like, whatever. Hopefully this sucks onto something in my stomach and like releases it.
Just take it all out.
Yeah, done.
That is so funny. So leave us with 3 things that you think we would need in order to get to ambassador. Like, okay, what are the top 3 things that you would tell like a Tiffany 3 years ago, like just starting
out? Message as many people as you can every single day, at least 25. This is a numbers game. If I'm like today, I messaged 25 people, over 25, and I maybe had 4 people respond. Okay. So just because I'm ambassador doesn't mean people are coming to me. And so for me, it's all about messaging new people. And the number 1 question I get asked is, do you only message people who like your It Works post? No. If I post a picture of my daughter and I get a like on it, getting messaged. Oh, wow. You know why they're getting messaged? Because I know they see my It Works post, but they just don't want to hop up on it. So I'm up in there like, hey girl, what up, boo? Just writing you because I think you're super cute and I would love you on my team. And they're like, all right. Like, and they're like, tell me more about it. So literally I send everybody a message, but I'm telling you right now, the best thing that you can do, at least send 25 messages a day. Number 2, add people every day. If you are not adding at least 100 people to your network, take advantage of doing that. You cannot post to the same people and talk to the same people every day and expect good results. It's not going to happen. So adding new people every day, messaging new people every day, and being consistent with your posting. And then one more. I have 4. You need to get your new distributors off to a good start. The best way to do that, get them scheduled for a launch party within their first 2 weeks of being in the business. I am telling you right now, you guys, my newest distributor, Ashley, okay? I just signed this girl up. Her name is Ashley. She is from Evansville, so she lives about 3 hours away from here. I drove 3 hours on a Thursday, this past Thursday, 3 hours to her launch party, okay? Let me tell you something. She had 9 girls at her launch party. Guess what? She signed 3 distributors, 2 loyal customers, made $75 in wrap cash. Get me in front of some people, and I'll be signing every single person up in that place, okay? So get your people scheduled with launch parties, because you know what that did for her? She's now on fire because her business is taking off right away. So when you're only leaving them with nothing that first month, it psychs people out. I'm telling you, if you don't have the right mentality for this business, it can psych you out in seconds. Yeah. You gotta have the mindset. Get your mindset right and understand that this business is going to take time. This girl has known my best friend, okay, my best friend obviously of years, but I've been in this business for 3.5 years. She just contacted me 3.5 years later and said, all right, I'm ready to do this. She's now boxed for Ruby. She boxed herself for Ruby tonight in 2 weeks of being in the business. 2 weeks. And I would like to say that that's because I drove 3 hours to launch her. I got in front of all of her friends and family. I killed it. Got up in that party pad, read it all out. They were loving it. We made them feel like you're crazy for not joining. Like, we made them feel like if you're not joining this, like, you're missing out. So we got in there. We got them excited. She now has all of her girls already. in one week, well, it hasn't even been a week, since last Thursday they signed up. All of them already have 4 loyal customers. 2 of them have signed 2 distributors already. That girl is now charting herself for Emerald in 2 weeks. You get up in there, you get in their houses, you get in front of people that you've never gotten in front of, be confident, be excited, that's all you need. You don't need to go in there and be perfect. Go in there, have fun with people, and start having parties. That's how you're going to be successful in a business like this. I promise you. Like, you want to go fast, have a party. And then have their friends have parties. And keep having parties. And if people say no, find people that want it. There's always somebody who's going to say yes. So if you get 10 no's, okay, well, how do you know the 11th person isn't going to say yes? How do you know the 11th person isn't going to invite 20 people over and you're going to sign every single person? I'll tell you one thing. When I go to a party, I will not leave until I sign every single person in there. I end it by saying, okay, over here is where we're going to be signing up loyal customers and distributors. Who's ready to sign up as a loyal customer? And I literally will look at every single one of them. And they'll be like,
oh, so you don't give an option like, what do you guys think? You just say who LC's over here, distributors over here?
Yes.
Okay.
They don't get a choice. You don't give people choices because then they go home and they think about it and then they forget. You sign them right then and there. Okay?
Okay. Well, I don't want to hold too much of your time. So we have a few questions. So how do you, once you hit your income, hold on, let me find it again. Okay, so once you meet your income goal, how do you change your motivation to push to the next level versus complacency?
I would say just because when I get to my income level, don't you want the people under you getting to your income level? Mm-hmm. So that's what inspires me. So I know if I start signing distributors, then I can start placing them under my distributor so that they can get the income that I'm getting. That's what drives me. Like, I love seeing people succeed. I was about to cuss, sorry. That stuff gets me excited, like real excited. So that's what, I would say what drives me is, okay, I'm here, but is my team here? No, they're not. So I need to help them get here.
Okay. So one more, do you message, okay, let me try to understand this. Oh, do you cold message when you, like if you're messaging someone who's liking your daughter's post, like are you cold messaging them per se about your work stuff, or because I know typically it's the whole, hey girl, thanks for loving my post. Are you interested in learning more about this product or about the opportunity? But what are you sending? Like if somewhere too
I just basically, I just go straight for it. Like I don't even say things for the level of post.
Do you want these products, girl?
I'm like, hey girl, you be really good at what I do. Are you interested in making some extra money? And they'll respond. Seriously, they'll either say yes or no. But of course, right before I message them, I do a bunch of love. Like I'm like, ooh, love, 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 love. And then a couple comments, and then I message.
Okay, love it. Okay, so I think that's the last one. Okay, one more. How would you go about talking to random people that you see would benefit from the products but don't want to sound rude? So if you're like out and about blitzing.
Oh, okay. So normally I would just walk up to him and I'll say, well, I'll be honest. Like, I don't think, well, actually, yeah, the other day I did walk up to a few people just because like I liked their personalities. Like they were laughing with their friends or whatever. Mm-hmm. I'll normally just walk over literally with my Blitz card and I'll say, hey girls. And they're like, hey. And I'm like, okay, so I know I'm being like a weirdo right now, but you guys look like you're having a lot of fun. And what I do is a lot of fun, and I just thought maybe you guys would be interested in what I do. So here's one of my coupon cards. Would you be interested in adding me on social media too so we can stay connected? And normally they're like, huh? They don't even know what's going on. So I'm like, yeah, give me your phone. Here's my phone. Add me on Instagram. They're like, okay. They don't even know. You just hit them with the, just come in hard. Yes. So really, I feel like you're talking about and they're feeling it. Just saying. Like, I don't know.
It's funny. Okay, so that not people liking your posts. Okay, so I think that's all. All right, well, we appreciate you so much.
Thank you so much, ladies, for having me on. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. I love you guys' energy. Thank you. I love you guys.
Okay, thank you. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night.
Okay, Tiffany, wait, hold on. There's one more question. Or never mind.